Hi YouTube! How are you? Welcome back to my channel. Now, I want to talk about and share some of the things that I use in order to learn languages. These are some of the tips, some of the things that I think could help some of you. And just some tools that I find extremely useful. Okay. Now, one of the things that I know people find useful, and me as well, is podcasts, right? You get to listen to a podcast, and some of them also have PDF files. So I think that's really important. You know, you can have podcasts about the language and podcasts in the language. You know, you have all sorts of possibilities. Now, I want to introduce, to show you what I use for that. And that's an application on my smartphone called Rat Poison. I haven't seen any information about it, like on the boards or on YouTube. So I hope some of you will find it useful. You know, so that's my handsome boyfriend. Yeah, boyfriend. So Rat Poison, right? I don't know if you can find it on the iPhone, for the iPhone, because I am not familiar with the iPhone, whatever market or however it's called. I'm not a big fan of Apple, so I only use like Android. Anyway, I hope you do. For your Android users, that's the application. That's like the list of countries which you can choose and listen to podcasts from. See all sorts of countries, all sorts of podcasts. Now you can create your list of podcasts, and you can even download the audio file and listen to it. I personally don't do that because I only use it when I'm home, or you know, or when I have somewhere with a computer. So that's a really great tool because, like I said, you can find podcasts about the language and in the language. Highly recommended. Another tool that I wanna talk about is music. Now, I know I'm not saying anything new around here, but I truly cannot emphasize enough how much music has helped me. You know, and still is. You know, it still does. Just listening to the lyrics and getting the feeling of the language. And think about that, like you've got a song and it has like, I don't know, 60, 80 words. So that's like 60 to 80 new words for you, right? Now, I know after 100, 200 songs, the amount of new words that you're getting is getting lower and lower. But still, you know, if you're a beginner, that's a great way to learn the song. To learn your words and sentences and, you know, sentence structures. So music, yeah, along with the lyrics. Yeah. Now, tip that I want to give you is change the language of the interfaces of the platforms that you work on. Did you think about that? Did I say it right? Right, for example, my Facebook account and my Twitter account, not that I use Twitter, but when I did, I changed it to the language that I was learning, that I am learning at the time. For example, now my Facebook account is in French, and when I used to study Japanese, it was in Japanese, right? And there used to be a time where my phone was also Japanese, but I found it too hard. Yeah, I don't know. There are some things, because I like to mess around with my phone. It's not just, I like to get into it. And anyway, I found it too hard, and so I switched it back to English. So yeah, change the interfaces, right? That's another great way to get the language into your daily life. Yeah, another important way for me to learn languages is books. If you've watched my channel, you already know that I have a slight addiction to new books in foreign languages, right? I don't read books in Hebrew. Yeah, I cannot describe the feeling of getting a new book. You know, that's like, I don't know, that's like eating chocolate, right? It's better. Yeah, a new book, it's not just about the feeling, right? It's also about the variety. It's about the exposure that you get to the language. I get bored really easily from things, so for me to have all sorts of materials is really important, you know. And if, for example, I read a grammar explanation which I couldn't understand in one book, I'll go to the other book to read it. Yeah, that's the way I learn languages. Now, I don't tell you, no, go ahead and buy books, but if you do, yeah, that's the tip that I'm gonna give you. If you do want to do that, there's an incredible site for that, which is called bookfinder.com. You can enter the name of the book that you're looking for, or its ISBN number, and it just lists all sorts of sites which sell them, and you can buy it like from secondhand store or whatever. It's kind of like a comparison site, you know, but it's really great. I use it a lot. I only use that actually to order books. Yeah, you should go ahead to the site to see what I'm talking about. Now another important way is watching TV. Now, when I say watching TV, I'm not just saying, you know, open up the TV and, you know, just throw in a channel and whatever. No, I'm saying download a TV series that you like and get its subtitles. Now, that's many of other YouTubers have talked about how important or unimportant subtitles can be, whatever. Now, what I want to offer you is a way to output. Now, you can only do that if you're a fast reader like me. Like for example, I read the subtitle, and in my mind, I immediately try to think how the actor is going to say that. If you don't read fast, you can pause the button and think about what the actor or the actresses is gonna say, and say to yourself, and then, you know, just try to match it and try to see where you were wrong or right. That's how I improved. I think that's how I got my English from, you know, just by doing that, you know, just by enjoying and reading subtitles, I think. Yeah, so that's a really great way to do that, and I can't wait to do that with French. I downloaded like the full seasons of Friends, which is like my favorite TV show. I also got it like in Italian, and I try to do that, but I guess that's it's gonna take me a while before I can do that like really quick. But that's another way which I'm using, and I find it extremely helpful. Yeah, and Langate, you know the site, I'm sure you do. Langate is a great website to have your essays corrected. Not just essays, you know, but also all sorts of blogs and whatever, things that you want to say, things that you don't know how to say. That's a great community as well. I used to use it a lot. I need to use it more, I know, but that's like a really great website. Yeah, I also use Asimil, which I think I'll be making like a separate video for Asimil. Maybe not. Anyway, Asimil, the way I use it is like when I get to the active phase, active wave, whatever, I, instead of just picking the sentences, you know, I also write them down. And I'm sure you know how writing helps when learning foreign language. So yeah, try to do that. Try to write it down. Try to pay attention to all of the small parts, all of the things that we usually miss when we listen. And yeah, and then just compare it with a written version, right? Yeah, I guess that's my tips. I hope you found them useful. Until next time, bye-bye.